Congratulations, Coach, on your new appointment. I'm sure you are very happy and looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a great challenge because this is a university that always strives for excellence. It's a home of champs, and they always strive for that top position, even against the best in the country. And yeah, it's exciting for me to be a part of this challenge. And I say it's a challenge because there's no comfort zone. Once you fall into that, it means you just don't want to shatter glass ceilings, So it's an exciting journey. I'm nervous at the same time because I need to bring my A game as a coach to meet the players halfway because they always bring their A game. Hence, you see where they are on the log. They're second on the log. They are always vying for their top spot in every competition that they take part in. So for me, it's an exciting one. It's a nerve-wracking one. But like I say, nerves for me, it's good nerves. Just like before you start a match, So yeah, it's really exciting times for me to actually show what I'm capable of. And what I'm capable of and what the players are bringing on the table, we just want to combine the two and match so that we find positive results. So I'm excited for that more than anything.
Coach, you start your tenure here at TUT against the champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, who've just qualified for the CAF Champions League. And soon after that, the Varsity Cup kicks off. And we all know that TUT is the home of champs. They've won the Varsity Cup 6 times in a row. So one will assume that anything besides winning will be deemed failure. Does that put any pressure of you coming into this job?
Deep failure is a big word to say, especially when you are working in a program where it's ongoing development. And development is not just for under 12s, under 8s, no. Developing players and developing human beings and athletes that will always strive for excellence is an ongoing process. So coming into the university like this one, it allows us that opportunity because of the resources and the support that the university is giving to the teams, whether the male teams, the women's teams. It's different programs that we have in place, and that is something that some people don't look at. Other clubs is just one team that they have to take care of. We have to make sure that we are performing at university level, varsity football. We need to make sure that development clubs are doing well, high performance as well. So you've got players that are in different teams within the TUT football structure. So all of those programs, we need to make sure they correlate, they correspond with each other so that we don't overload players, we don't overload on the programs, so that we get the desired results. So those are the things you look into. So there's different competitions that are interlinking into each other. Sometimes the players are off to the national teams when they come back. Periodization, there's a lot of things, elements that you take into consideration. Yes, we are defending champs, and it will be key for us to make sure that we fight and work hard to stay at the top. It's not easy. It's easy to get there, but how do you stay there for as long as you can and to still have a great impact in the brand of football, women's football? So it's key for us to always remind ourselves that winning is a habit, and consistency must be engraved in our souls and in our bodies, in our minds as well. So there's always pressure to stay on top. It's difficult because you're always thinking about who's coming behind me to dethrone me. So we always pose a challenge at any level that TUT is able to come in and compete.
Coach, this year's Varsity Cup brings a different challenge. It's within the context of COVID-19, the bio-bubble. There's a little bit of space between the games. How do you plan to manage that and ensure that at all times your players are ready physically and psychologically?
COVID has really been a beast for everybody because the scouting, running programs, players, making sure that players are training, programs where they are able to go out with regulations and all of that. It's difficult to really start your periodization and your program from the beginning on a high because of those elements that we can never overlook. So it is for us to be innovative, find ways how do we close the gaps and making sure that we equip our teams as much as we can. And remember, we're a university where our students advance, they pass, they go through, then they move to their workspace. Now we must bring in a new club group of players younger that are coming in, and it was difficult to scout and do all of that with COVID existing in our lives, but we've tried our best, and we're still also looking to see how can we build, because TUT is at a building phase right now. We've dominated so much. Most of our student athletes have graduated. They are out of the school system, the university educational system. Now we need to bring in young ones that will groom to take over the glory as well. It's not an easy process, especially in women's football, because the programs are not as elite. The resources are not as enough all over the country for us to be scouting in schools, different clubs and all of that. But the positive is that the university is giving us resources where we are able to just go out and try to find best players that can come into the institution. I'm excited for that journey because I'll be able to apply the knowledge I have with the platform that is given to me.
Yes. Lastly, Coach, you are the current under-17 women's team coach, and now you've been appointed at TUT. How do you plan to balance the two roles?
I think the beauty of it all is that with the national team, it's ad hoc competitions that are taking place. It's not a year program that takes place. So that gives us an opportunity to say I stay sharp in my coaching lane, so that even when I'm tasked to go into the national team, I go in there fresh and with fresh ideas. Also, up to speed with coaching, because if you're just a coach up there and you're sitting waiting for national team to come through, the trends will go past you. So there's that balance, and because TUT is also allowing me to see national team as first priority, and then immense every other program in between, because all of it has got to do with football. So there's interlinks, and because this institution is not just looking at one person to be in leading roles, in leading positions, the assistant coaches, the goalkeeper coaches, everybody in the team is people that are equally capable of making sure we get the best out of players. So if I'm not there, there's someone else that continues to get results. I wasn't here, they've been doing well and getting results. So it's a continuation and a correlation between all of us as to how do we get the best out of each other. So our programs are able to just interlink with each other and we get results.
Thank you very much, Coach, and all the best in your new role.
Thank you.